Good morning, my friends, and welcome to our New Testament challenge. I am Pastor Roger Vest, and today we're going to be reading Matthew chapter 2, the second chapter of Matthew. Hear now the word of the Lord. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea, during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, "Where is the one who has been born King of the Jews? We saw his star when it rose and have come to worship him." When King Herod heard this, he was disturbed, and all Jerusalem with him. And when he called together all the people's chief priests and teachers of the law, he asked them where the Messiah was to be born. "In Bethlehem in Judea," they replied, "for that is what the prophet had written. But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah, for out of you will come a ruler who will shepherd my people Israel." Then Herod called the Magi secretly and found out from them the exact time the star had appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem and said, "Go and search carefully for the child. As soon As soon as you find him, report to me so that I too may go and worship him." After they had heard the king, they went on their way, and the star that they had seen when it rose went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. And when they saw the star, they were overjoyed. And on coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, they returned to their country by another route. When they had gone, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream. "Get up," he said, "take the child and his mother and escape to Egypt. Stay there until I tell you, for Herod is going to search for the child to kill him." So he got up, took the child and his mother during the night, and left for Egypt, where he stayed until the death of Herod. And so was fulfilled what the Lord had said through the prophet, out of Egypt I have called my son." When Herod realized he had been outwitted by the Magi, he was furious, and he gave orders to kill all the boys in Bethlehem and its vicinity who were 2 years old and under, in accordance with the time he learned from the Magi. Then what was said through the prophet Jeremiah was fulfilled. "A voice is heard in Ramah, weeping in great mourning, Rachel weeping for her children and refusing to be comforted because they are no more." After Herod died, an angel of the Lord appeared in a dream to Joseph in Egypt and said, "Get up, take the child and his mother, and go to the land of Israel, for those who were trying to take the child's life are dead." So he got up, took the child and his mother, and went to the land of Israel. But when he heard that Archelaus was reigning in Judea in place of his father Herod, he was afraid to go there. And having been warned in a dream, he withdrew to the district of Galilee, and he went and lived in a town called Nazareth. So was fulfilled what was said through the prophets, that he would be called a Nazarene. This, my friends, is the word of God for us, the people of God. Thanks be to God. And today I'm going to be sharing some thoughts and reflections on the second chapter of the Gospel of Matthew, Matthew chapter 2. We're still talking about the end of right after Jesus' birth. And we have the first part of this is the Magi, the wise men coming to see the Messiah. And what's interesting throughout this chapter, and really part of chapter 1 and part of chapter 2, is how God is speaking in the midst of all this, and how God's hand is directing the actions and the thoughts of a lot of people. And so the Magi had seen the star, and so they had followed that sign, and they got there, and then they went to see the baby. And when they saw the star, they were overjoyed. They came in, they gave the gold, the frankincense, and myrrh, and then they were warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, and so they returned to their kingdom. Next, we have an angel of the Lord appears to Joseph in a dream. And this is interesting. We find out that Joseph never speaks a word in any of the Gospels, but the angels speak to him at least three different times. And this is one of those. The first one was when he was told to take Mary as his wife. Here, the angel of the Lord appears and says, "Get up, take the child and his mother, and escape to Egypt." Stay there until I tell you, for Herod is going to search for the child to kill him. And so Joseph got up, took the child and his mother, and he left and went to Egypt. He was obedient. That's important to notice. Um, and it says, so was fulfilled what the Lord had said through the prophet, out of Egypt I called my son. So a lot of this, again, God is directing it and had already said it through the prophets years and years ago. And now we see each action is done in accordance with the word of God. And so we know about Herod getting angry and going through and killing all the little boys who were 2 and under in Bethlehem. And then when Herod died, we don't know how long that was, an angel appeared to Joseph once again in the dream and said, get up, take the child, and go to the land of Israel, for those who were trying to take the child's life are dead. And so he got up and he went into the land of Israel. But when he got to Judea, he heard Herod's son was there. And so he was warned again in a dream, and he withdrew to the district of Galilee, and there he lived in the town of Nazareth. And again, this was fulfilled, what the prophet said, that Jesus, the Messiah, would be called a Nazarene. So you see God speaking in different ways through the star and through dreams and through visitations, through the angels speaking of this. And all of this was done to fulfill the prophecies that had been spoken years and years ago by the teachers of Israel. Hopefully this was instructive and helpful, and continue reading, and we'll see you again tomorrow.